All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about something pretty much all of us deal with, that nagging fear of being disliked. But more importantly, we're going to look at how to actually fix it.
So, let's start with a really honest question. Just think back over the past week or so. Have you ever found yourself just nodding along or staying quiet when you disagreed with something? All because you wanted to avoid an argument or just, keep things smooth.
If you said yes, hey, you are in good company. It's a habit so many of us have that we don't even realize we're doing it. But that instinct, that need to keep everyone happy, can so easily turn into what we're going to call the people-pleasing trap.
And it's so important to get this. This is not some kind of personal weakness. The need to belong, to be accepted by the group is literally wired into our DNA from ancient times. So that little knot you get in your stomach when you think someone's mad at you, totally normal. That's a human thing. Okay, but here's the catch. While that fear is totally normal, constantly dodging disapproval comes at a price. A really big hidden cost that chips away at the person you're supposed to be.
And this leads us to a pretty wild, counterintuitive idea. Think about it. We're always told that being liked by everyone is the goal, right? It's a sign you're doing something right. But what if that's completely backward? What if being liked by absolutely everyone is actually a warning sign that you're not showing anyone who you truly are?
It really all boils down to a choice between two paths. On one hand, you can make it your goal to be liked by everyone, but the price you pay for that is hiding your real self. Or you can make it your goal to just be your authentic self. The price for that, some people aren't going to like you. And the whole game is learning to be okay with that.
So, if we know we're in this trap, how the heck do we get out? Well, this is where a really powerful mental model comes in. Let's call it the therapist mindset.
So what is this exactly? It's not about being a jerk or looking for fights. It's just a quiet, internal shift in perspective. It's the deep understanding that if you're truly living by your own values, some people not liking you isn't just inevitable, it's actually a sign of self-respect. It's a sign you're doing it right.
And this idea doesn't just stay up in your head as a theory. It translates into a real, actionable principle you can use every single day. It's not just about thinking differently, it's about choosing differently.
This is the mantra right here. Let that one sink in for a second. Pick self-respect over temporary comfort. Because every time you're tempted to just agree to keep the peace, you're standing at a crossroads. One path is easy. It's the temporary comfort of no conflict. But the other path, that's the one that leads to real, lasting self-respect.
And let's be real, this choice is almost always going to feel uncomfortable in the moment. Your gut, your brain, your anxiety is going to be screaming, just agree, make it easy. But choosing self-respect means you're choosing your own integrity, even when it feels awkward, even when it's the harder path to walk.
Now, this is where it gets really, really cool. When you start doing this, it doesn't just change how you feel about yourself. It actually creates this incredible side effect that changes who you surround yourself with.
When you start consistently choosing your authentic self over trying to get everyone's approval, you basically turn into a human filter. The signal you're sending out to the world totally changes. And because of that, the kind of people who are drawn to you changes too.
So how does this filter actually work? It's like a chain reaction. First, you stop being a people pleaser. That's step one. Then, because you're not afraid of a little conflict, manipulative people lose their power over you. Their little tricks and guilt trips just stop working. And what happens then? Well, they naturally start to drift away. Toxic people just kind of filter themselves out of your life.
So let's make sure we're crystal clear on the end game here. The goal isn't to try to be disliked. Of course not. The goal is to build an immunity to the fear of it. It's about unplugging your self-worth from what other people think, so you can finally start living from a place of integrity instead of a place of anxiety.
And that's the question I want to leave you with. Just really sit with it for a minute. What would you do? What would you say? What choices would you make, big and small, if that fear of what other people think just wasn't there anymore? Who would you be?